This is another episode of Football Unfiltered, and today we have a new face in our midst by name Edge. Edge, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Emmanuel, our regular. You're welcome to the
Thank you so
studio.
much for having me. The break was a bit boring, and I've been
Mm.
looking forward to coming back to the studio. And
Yes.
I'm glad I'm here. I'm here again.
Okay. So, how was the international break for you, Edge?
Well, it's very boring, like you said. I never liked the international break or whatever because the game they play there is not. It doesn't move me. You understand? I'm a fan for club, not country. You understand? So
Okay.
I love only Chelsea, and that is all.
And any club playing against Chelsea?
No, I don't like any other club except Chelsea.
Okay. All right. So, how was it for you, Emmanuel?
Very boring, very boring, I must say. The only time I managed to enjoy the international break was the game between Nigeria and Rwanda. Though we lost that game, but it was just like watching our boys. It will be Ian Acho and the rest of them. Even though we are EPL lovers, you can't take the fact that we're still Nigerians and we definitely love our country. So watching us play at Akwa Besan Stadium was just the only time I enjoyed the break. But every other time, the past 2 weeks has been boring. I've just been asking myself, when will they end their UEFA nations, whatever, so that we can go back to the club. But I'm glad that we're coming back to the pitch this week, and Arsenal, as usual, we're coming back to our winning ways.
So, before the international break, we had lots of drama that happened the weekend before the international break. How was it for you, majorly with Man City that has been not been in the right form? So, how was it for you seeing Man City falling off, instead of getting their feet? And this is not the Man City we know. So, how is it for you? What do you have to say?
Well, I think what's happened to Man City is just a force of nature, or let's say a law of nature. In life, you can't remain at the top.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, every footballer knows that Man City has been dominating the league. So
Every time.
I think to us it is even an advantage for clubs like Arsenal. At least let us have a chance of winning, because Man City denied us the trophy last season.
Two times.
I think two times. Thank you.
Times.
So why wouldn't I be happy
Back to
that
back.
Man City is losing? I should be happy because they're the only team that can actually say, okay, we are going to stop you again this time around.
Yeah.
I don't see Liverpool stopping us, because our game against Liverpool, we played a draw, even
Yes.
though it was almost a win for Arsenal. But at this moment, I think Man City is just obeying the force of nature. They should relax, so that other teams can actually have a feel of. Every time in the play Man City, you come on, you go to call, you're scared of playing Man City,
Yeah.
But right now, every team, Ipswich, Nottingham Forest,
Very
call them.
dangerous. Bournemouth.
Then anybody now can beat Man City, and that is what makes the Premier League interesting.
Why not?
So
So, Edge, do you agree with him?
100% now. The god of football is no more in Man City side again.
I
So
swear.
I'm so happy. The day they lost against Sporting, I knew that they have a very big issue. You understand? Nobody saw that coming. Even though Sporting are good, but against Man City, no.
The
Of
EPL.
EPL now. So it's not easy to beat. You cannot even beat themselves. Everybody are afraid to play them. You understand? So everywhere we're all happy.
Okay, so quickly, let's go into the business of the day.
Yeah.
We are already in the week 12 of the EPL, and the EPL will be kicking off with a big game. It's also part of a big game because it's going to be kicking off with Leicester-Chelsea game. And I know that even though Chelsea have defeated Leicester once this season, but it wasn't really an easy game for them. So I will be starting with you, Ed, my Chelsea fan. So what do you think, or what are your expectations on this game?
Firstly, I'm going to credit Chelsea. Normally, we are going to dominate the game. because the energy, the ginger, the squad have changed from the one we played them the last time. You understand? Leicester City is a very stubborn club before, but since they begin to sell their players, their coach, they are now shaking. Yes. And that's what made them went to relegation. You understand? So Leicester, we have not had a good history with them, though. We used to beat them, they used to beat us. It's 50-50. But most of our wins is bigger than them. So I expect us to win them because recently this season we are doing well. Regardless, we are doing well. At least we have had some draws and wins, and this is the time for us to grab the 3 points. And Chelsea won't misuse that opportunity.
And coupled with the fact that they lost to Man United in the last EPL game, so they might likely lose to Chelsea.
It is not likely they're going to lose to Chelsea. I believe that. I believe they will lose to Chelsea.
Right. So quickly, let's move to the next game that will be played in the weekend, which is going to be between Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. My Arsenal fan, what are your expectations?
Well, I will start by commending Arsenal. I wish Blaze is here so that I'll throw some shit at him. I told him that the highest Chelsea can get in that game is a draw because it's a game that Arsenal could have easily win. But like I said, they were just lucky. But definitely they are coming to Emirates by next year, and they will not escape that defeat. That's by the way. So coming to Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest lost their game against Newcastle at home. Even though they scored first, everybody expected them to win that game because with the vibe they had, the energy they had from the previous game. I think they won the game before that Newcastle game. They expected them to score, and considering the fact that they scored first in that game. But surprisingly, in the second half, Newcastle came up. Alexander Isak, Gordon, Emmanuel, and the rest of them, they did their magic and then they won. I don't think they can perform anything special against an Arsenal team because one, we are playing at home, and secondly, that energy we used against Chelsea at away, we're bringing it to Emirates Stadium, and thirdly, we're also returning from an international break where everybody was rested enough and refreshed. Yeah. So I think Arsenal will just use the opportunity to get that 3 points because right now we're 1 point with Chelsea, but I think the goal difference. So I think a win for Arsenal will actually take us somewhere higher above Chelsea, and then peradventure Chelsea draws that game against Leicester City because Chelsea is playing away. That's what you should understand. Leicester City is playing at home, and you won't rule out Leicester City in that game, even though Chelsea are the big boys there. But then you should consider the fact that these people are just coming from the break. Everybody is refreshed. I wouldn't say there's any fatigue or kind of injury issues now. So I think right now the chances are for Arsenal to get that 3 points than for Chelsea. So I think I'll give an Arsenal.
This is the Nottingham Forest that defeated Liverpool,
and they could not defeat a Newcastle at home. You're coming to play Arsenal at Emirates Stadium. Don't forget, that blood will be there.
Okay. So we'll see how that goes. So quickly, let's look at the next game that will be played, which is going to be between Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. Edge, what's your take on this game?
Okay. Aston Villa, like I said, they are a very strong team now. So you cannot underrate Aston Villa and at the same time Crystal Palace. Because recently, Crystal Palace are finding it very difficult to win their games. This is very bad for them. This is the departure of Olise. And Eze is not that on form. You understand? They have changed their pattern, their coach, many things affected them. So, but I still believe that Aston Villa are going to win or they draw the match because they have not had a good history with Crystal Palace, even when they are not on form. These two is either Crystal Palace win or they win their Crystal Palace.
Coupled with the fact that Aston Villa lost to Liverpool, I think they're going to come into the game with more ginger, with hunger to win Crystal Palace. All right. So do you have anything to add to that, Emmanuel?
Well, in this game, I think I will go with Aston Villa because Aston Villa even though they've been a bit shaky recently, they have that um, Champions League spirit already in them because right now they are playing Champions League. So they have tested the likes of Bayern Munich, they tested the likes of Liverpool, right? No, not Liverpool. They tested the likes of Bayer Leverkusen, and who again? I think they played some big boys in the Champions League, and in Premier League once you're playing the Champions League, people just other clubs just see you as a big team because you're meeting other world key players. So I think at this moment, Aston Villa is a big boy here because they are playing at home, and secondly, their last game against Arsenal, against Liverpool, they lost 2-0. So they will not want to return, from this break with a defeat. So definitely they're going to win the game again.
And that's their home.
Yeah, they are home. So definitely, I'm going to give an Aston Villa a win.
Okay, quickly, let's look at the next game that will be played, which is going to be between Bournemouth and Brighton. So what's your take? I think these are two teams that won during the last game in the EPL. Yes. So Brighton won Man City while Bournemouth defeated Brentford, right?
Brentford defeated Bournemouth. But Bournemouth won Man City a match before that game.
Yes, exactly. So what are your take? What are your expectations?
It's a goal scoring opportunity for the both teams. Both teams are scoring teams. I cannot say Bournemouth will win. I cannot say Brighton will win. The two teams are scoring. And if you look at the pattern of play, they have good strikers. In Brentford, you have this guy Wissa. John Wissa. And then in Bournemouth, there's this guy. I've forgotten that his name. One, very sharp player that plays. Thank you. So I think I'll just go for goals. Anybody who is going to play such game in maybe in a sporting bet, I'll just advise over 3.5 goals. But I won't say anybody will win in that game. It's going to be a goal festival. A goal team to score game.
Quickly, let's look at the next game that we played, which is going to be between Everton and Brentford. So Edge, what are your expectations?
Well, I cannot give none of the club here a win. I'm afraid to do that. I swear to God, they are a very stubborn team. You understand? And I cannot play them over 2.5 because Everton is one club that you can't predict what they do. Even up to today, I've not get any money from Everton. I want to play them my game. Everton always change. They can win. They might come and win Chelsea. And people will play them, okay, these people are no good, Chelsea need to win Everton. But they are one kind of club that manipulates, they used to manipulate, they used to change. You understand? You don't understand their pattern. They will lose, you understand? And Brentford, although Brentford is on mad form, understand? They are good in scoring goals with their Wissa and Brian Bemo. The attack is very dangerous, and once they unleash it to you, are going to find it difficult. But Everton has a very strong defense. Yes, and that's what is saving them. If you look at Everton game, you cannot just come and beat them 3-0 or no. They are very stubborn and they are good in defense. You understand? So this game is going to be hard. It's going to be hard for Brentford.
Do you have anything to say, Emmanuel?
I'll give it to Brentford. Yeah, because the game against Bournemouth. Yeah, I think Bournemouth had the opportunity of winning that game from the second half. I think I started watching that game from 65 minutes or thereabout. But Brentford actually showed that they are a team that can actually withstand pressure. Yeah. I think in every football game, when it gets to that 65-70 minutes, that is when the pressure of the game comes. Exactly. Whether you're winning or you're losing, because one, if you're winning, it's either you draw that game or you lose. Then if you're losing, you can actually get a draw, a win. So in most of the games, pressure comes from the 65-70 minutes. And then you could imagine the Brentford actually sustaining a 3-2 win, even with that kind of pressure from Bournemouth. So I think for me, Brentford is a big boy here. Brentford will win that game, even though they are playing at away. Everything is just, a team that they are not consistent at the moment. They are not consistent. Just like you say, you can't predict Everton. They are only good at defense. They have a very good defense. But Brentford, they are a team that like I said, they are a scoring team.
Yeah.
They will definitely score. And once you're able to score 1, 2, 3 goals, I mean, it's as good as you're winning the game.
But you forgot what happened against Brentford and Fulham.
Yes, the 9 minutes game, 9 minutes goal that Fulham scored, equalized 2-1 and then 2-1. I think what caused that game was because they removed their strikers. The coach felt, okay, they're really winning. He removed Wissa, he removed I think 2 other strikers and the rest of them, and Mbuemo and the rest of them. So I think that was what actually killed that game. But ordinarily, if that game was to go on the way it was, Brentford would have won that game.
Exactly. But they didn't see that coming.
It was a shock.
It was a shock to them because even though the Fulham was having more pressure on the Brentford side, you understand, they changed their pattern. Immediately they removed Wissa and Bemo. The pattern of their football changed. So Fulham was using it against them, and Wilson came off from the bench. They didn't even expect that. Only one boy scored the winning goal. You understand? So the match, I didn't just understand what happened there. But that's football.
Yeah, that's football for you.
You understand? Yeah. That's football.
Okay. Let's look at the next game that will be played in the weekend, which is going to be between Fulham and Wolves. Emmanuel, what are your expectations?
That game is going to be another goal scoring opportunity because the both teams have scored in the last 11 matches they've had,
Especially
Wolves.
Yeah.
A team that scored in their last, meaning that in the beginning of this season, Wolves have scored in every game.
No, they've not been winning.
They've not been winning, but they've been scoring. It shows that the both teams are likely to score. Another point I want to raise here is that Fulham have lost only 3 of their opening 11 matches, 11 league games.
Yeah.
Which means out of 11 games, they've lost just 3. And those 3 games are against Manchester United, against Man City, and against Aston Villa. So invariably, you will see that Fulham here is the big boys here. Definitely it's going to be another home win for Fulham because they are coming from the international break where I think the last game against Fulham. I don't know if I can't recall if they actually Crystal Palace. So invariably they are still coming with that energy, to win of that victory. So definitely it's going to be a win for Fulham. But it's going to be a both team. Yeah, but it's going to be a both team to score because Fulham they are scoring side.
No.
Fulham.
Okay, quickly, let's look at. I think this should be the big match of the week. The match between Man City and Spurs. So this is the big match of the week. So, Ed, what are your expectations? Considering the fact that Man City has been in a bad form recently, so do you think they will turn out or come up to win Spurs, or do you think Spurs might end up winning them?
Well, that match is going to be a tough one. You understand? Because the both team, even apart from having issues, Man City having issues currently, the both team they are very. They don't used to take it for granted. Anytime they are meeting each other, they don't used to take it for. They used to be serious. Especially Tottenham. Tottenham is a team now that attack is more dangerous. I've not seen a club that have more attack except Liverpool than Tottenham. The attack is so dangerous.
Arsenal has a good attack as well. The likes of Saka and
they have a good forward. But you know why I didn't call Arsenal? Because of their injuries and all of that. I didn't call them for now. But recently, Tottenham attack is very dangerous. And once they unleash the attack on you, if you don't have a strong defense, you are going to find it difficult. You'll be conceding goals and goals. This match is going to be a tough one, and I'm giving it a draw match. Sorry. Yes, because Man City are not in a good form, and Tottenham is a stubborn club that love beating Man City. It's been their history, understand? So I go for draw for this match.
Okay, so Emmanuel, considering the fact that these two teams lost in the last game, Spurs lost to Ipswich Town and Man City lost to Brighton, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be another draw for both teams, or do you think it's going to be a win for Spurs, just like he said, or do you think it's going to be a win for Man City?
I think I will agree with him because the both teams are actually coming from the losing side. And Tottenham, I would say, like Blaze will always say, they are very inconsistent.
Yes, they are.
Inconsistent.
When you expect Tottenham to win, imagine
They
losing,
will-
imagine losing against Ipswich Town last
Yeah.
before you know, everybody felt
In
the
their home.
way they
Honestly.
defeated Man City in the EFL, defeated Aston Villa in the Premier
Yeah.
League. You know, what is an Ipswich Town that came out from the
I
relegation
don't know.
and you're losing against an
In your
Ipswich
home,
Town?
in their
Your home.
So I don't know.
God.
The game to me is going to be a draw. Why? Because the two teams are sick at the moment.
Exactly.
They are sick.
Very, very.
But Tottenham may have an edge if at all there will be a win. You know, ours is to actually analyze and look at the possibilities.
Possibilities.
But when you get to the field of play, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So I think I will say if anybody will win in that game, it's going to be a Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Because Tottenham has, you know, the attack
The
at the
attack
moment.
is so dangerous.
Their key player, Bube son,
Yes.
is back and he has been informed.
Very, very.
But for Man City, I don't think apart from Haaland,
No,
any other person can
Nobody.
do any magic there.
Nobody.
So it's going to be a draw. But if I would have to make two predictions,
Yeah.
I will give either a draw or a Tottenham win.
Oh, this is so bad. This is our Man City.
No, but that's the truth. That's the
The truth.
truth.
It's
Like I
been-
said earlier, before the shoot started, I told you that every team now is happy that Man City is actually going down.
Going down. You
It's an
understand?
opportunity because if they should pick up,
Yeah.
they are not going back
They're not
again.
going
I know Guardiola for that.
Yeah.
Once his players recover from this crisis now,
Yeah.
you see him go. So I think every team now should actually strive to get your 3 points. Let it be that at the end of the day, it will be the good goals that will differentiate between the boys and the men.
You understand?
Okay.
It's
So-
gonna be a tough match.
Yeah.
But Tottenham is likely to win or they draw the game.
Okay, so quickly, let's look at the game of Southampton and Liverpool.
Wait, what do you want me to say?
I know you'll be like, is it not an obvious result?
Of course you don't know.
So Emmanuel, just
Amongst all the teams that came from relegation, I think Southampton is the worst. I swear, because they've not recorded any win.
honestly,
Imagine and
They won one.
bad.
against who?
They won one match.
But the performance.
They won 1-0 against I think it was same Ipswich. I think Everton. Is Everton?
Okay,
Everton.
a narrow win. Everton, everybody knows that Everton too are not actually
Yeah.
stable. But
Yeah.
for Ipswich Town to defeat, you know, Tottenham, it shows that, like we've always said, they are one of the teams that can actually fight for a stay in this current Premier League. But for Southampton, I don't think. And for Liverpool,
You know-
sorry, Liverpool right now is actually looking for anybody to devour.
Yeah.
Liverpool, the least,
Very,
the
very
least,
strong.
the least Liverpool wins now is 2-0. I can't recall any match they won.
And they don't concede.
1-0. That's another thing. I wonder how do they do
They
that
don't
kind of
concede.
magic in Liverpool
They
right
don't
now
concede.
that anybody can easily score back
Mhm.
then.
Mhm.
You know, but right now,
They don't concede.
I think so far in the record of the Premier League that they are the least conceded team.
Yeah. Chelsea even scored them. Chelsea is one of those people that even scored them.
Scored and Arsenal as well
And
scored.
Arsenal.
You know, so now tell me where is the Southampton against
Yeah.
Liverpool? I mean, it's going to be a stretch win with over 2 goals in that match.
I'm
So
telling
Liverpool
you.
stretch win. Liverpool stretch win.
Okay, quickly, let's look at the Ipswich Town game and Manchester United game. So,
Yeah.
what's your take? What are your expectations?
Well, this match is going to be a fun match. You understand? Yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching that match, even though I'm not a Man U fan. But Ipswich is a club that plays good football. The problem they have is they have the mindset of what they want to do. What the coach tells them is on their brain, but they don't have the quality. You understand? They don't have the quality of the players to perform exactly what the coach expected from them. Because you know, people underrate that coach. If you look at even Man U, Chelsea, before they sacked their coach, their previous coach, he was among the list of the managers that they are scouting to appoint. Because the man type of football pattern is very good. You understand? Regardless, he has he's coaching a small club with no quality players. But he doesn't play defensive football. You understand? They are eager to win. They come out to play ball. Anything that happens should happen. That's why it was difficult for Tottenham. You understand? Tottenham found it difficult to win it because they were also good at attack. They were coming out to play ball. You understand? So this game is going to be a fun match, but I'm going to give Man U win. Yeah. Yes, but they are going to concede. This is going to be a global match. You understand? Ipswich are going to score Man U, but Man U is on the side of winning this game. You understand? Because of their new coach, developing. You can see their players are back from injuries. You understand? Eager to play ball. You understand? So I give them they are going to be a winning side. Manchester United.
Okay, so let's look at the last game that will be played, which is going to be between Newcastle and West Ham. So Emmanuel.
Of course, I'm going to give it to a Newcastle because if you look at the last 5 matches, West Ham has not won Newcastle in the last 5 matches. From the records I'm seeing here, it's 2 wins for Newcastle, 3 draws, and no single win for West Ham. And then looking at West Ham's current form,
very bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
You know, and you couldn't get a win against an Everton
In their home.
Then look at Newcastle, Isak, you know, coming back with goals. I think the last 3 matches he has played, he scored 4 goals now.
Yeah, 4 matches.
Imagine, you know, if he plays the next 5-6 matches, just 3 matches and you scored 4 goals. And people have been
scored
there.
at the international break.
Thank you. And people have been there playing 11 matches, 8 matches. They've not scored up to. So I think the guy is actually lucky at this moment because he came back and then he has been getting the opportunities of scoring. So this is going to be another opportunity for him to still get a goal, you know, added to his tally. So it's going to be a win for Newcastle. I'm going to give it a win and over 1.5 goals for Newcastle. Definitely.
Yeah.
West Ham does not have any chance.
Newcastle has a very strong attack.
Very strong attack.
They are good in attack. They don't misuse their chance.
Amiron and
Gordon. Apart from that, even if they bring out this guy from bench, Harvey Barnes.
Thank you.
Harvey Barnes is very good. You understand? Anytime, most of the games he comes from bench, he scores. He usually scores. He's good in attack. If you look at the game they played against Nottingham Forest, he came on from bench and scored immediately because of the attack. They don't misuse their opportunity there. Understand? So this match is going to be a very easy one. West Ham are facing a very big problem. Starting by sacking their coach, their former coach. They felt that sacking David Moyes will improve they are going down more. Like going down more. Not going to be easy.
So guys, this is what we'll be coming to the end of the show. But before we leave, I want to thank my guest, Edge. Thank you for being part of the show. And we look forward to having you here next time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Emmanuel, you know it's always our pleasure.
It's my show. You don't need to expect me. I'll be here even before you.
If you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly click on the subscribe button below. And don't forget to click on the notification button for more interesting programs that we're bringing to you through this channel. We have programs like Healing with Bube, we have Spotlight with JJ, we have NPFL 360, and we have Week Clinic coming to you through this channel. Don't forget to click on the notification button to be part of this program. Thank you. See you guys in our next episode.